As training camp continues in Santa Clara for the San Francisco 49ers, Brandon Aiyuk has yet to practice, but he's been there and he's been watching practice, just hasn't participated yet because obviously he is seeking a new deal. And right now, all the buzz is surrounding Brandon Aiyuk and if something is going to pop today, because obviously we've had Adam Schefter give his insight on the DAP scene around the world from Brandon Aiyuk meeting John Lynch and Kyle Shanahan at midfield. And so he's given his perspective. It wasn't a very optimistic one. He essentially said there's no deal that is done. And that's not what that handshake represented, because obviously you heard from Pat McAfee, you heard from a lot of fans. It created a lot of optimism about a potential deal getting done between the 49ers and Brandon Aiyuk. But Adam Schefter essentially said, yeah, that's just not the case. There just really hasn't been a ton of movement in regards to this deal. So Adam Schefter said that probably 15 minutes before, I don't know, I'm guessing, but relatively close to when this tweet from Colin Cowherd just came out. So now it has fans again thinking that Brandon Aiyuk deal could be announced at any moment. Let's take a listen to what Colin Cowherd, or let's take a look at what Colin Cowherd said. So you can see right here. Keep your eyes out, eyes emoji for Brandon Aiyuk news. Hashtag new deal SF. So, of course, the hashtag for pretty much a lot of the fans has explained, or how we've seen fans react to this is optimism surrounding a new deal. Again, similarly along the lines of what we saw from the reaction to the handshake. But again, Adam Schefter, maybe not a half an hour, 15 minutes before this particular tweet came out, was just saying that's not what that handshake was. It's being misrepresented. And again, he wasn't going to say anything. He didn't give any information, basically saying one way or the other. He was just very adamant that that handshake didn't represent a deal being done. So those the timeline between the Schefter report and now this was very close. I don't know exactly what it was, but it wasn't that far off. So what is it? What does it mean? Is Brandon Aiyuk going to get a contract extension, or could this potentially be Brandon Aiyuk news, where a new deal is going to be coming for SF, just not coming from SF? And again, Colin Cowherd is a tricky one because he goes by the beat of his own drum. I don't even know if he's considered a journalist. He's more entertainment in my eyes, and when it comes to talking football, right? Like, he's got his bits, the backward hat thing. He obviously kind of loves being contrarian when it comes to Brock Purdy. And again, new deal SF could mean a lot of things. But again, at surface glance, I would totally get if you saw that and were like, oh, new deal SF. That means Brandon Aiyuk is going to be getting a new deal here very soon. But I'm going to be very patient. I'm not making any grand proclamations one way or the other of what this is, what this means, where we're currently at with this situation, because I don't know. I've heard a lot of things. I'll say that. I've heard a lot of things. But that just has me in a wait and see mode. And that's what the kind of mode I've been all summer. Just wait and see. We don't know what is effectively going to happen until it's actually done. I mean, and I think that's one of the things that we've seen from these types of situations. Like, I think back to the Trent Williams deal when he was a free agent and he was about to sign with the Kansas City Chiefs. And then at the last moment, he calls Kyle Shanahan and says, listen, Kyle, I'm about to sign with the Chiefs unless you give me this, this, and this. And then Kyle gets it done behind the scenes, and boom, Trent Williams stays a 49er, but he could have been a Chief. Very, very, very well could have been a Chief in that scenario. And it's again, those things I think happen more than people realize behind the scenes, where things can be trending one way, a certain direction, and all it takes is an outside force or something that you didn't anticipate to occur to change everything about the situation. And, for like Brandon Ayuk's sake, obviously what we've seen is the market explosion has probably changed those types of conversations that have been having, they've been having internally and behind closed doors. So I wish I could say one way or the other what I think is going to happen. My gut isn't the best. I'm nervous. I'm going to be perfectly honest with you. Um, I've never wanted my gut to be wrong so much in my entire life than what I'm feeling right now, because as you guys know, I want Brandon Aiyuk to be a 49er. I think he's going to give the 49ers the best chance to win a Super Bowl, get back to a Super Bowl, all of those things. I don't want Brandon Aiyuk to go anywhere. I want Brandon Aiyuk to be a Niner for many more years. So I have an uneasy feeling about all this. So now I could totally understand if you guys completely disagree with me and you're like, I feel great, I feel optimistic, I think things are moving in the right direction. I am praying to the football gods that you are right. I am praying to my Joe Montana shrine that that is the case. So I want to make that abundantly clear. I want Brandon Aiyuk to be here. I want Brandon Aiyuk to be a Niner. I want to celebrate the Brandon Aiyuk signing. I want to go crazy. I want to do a live. I want to be hyped. That's what I want. So I'm just nervous. I'm just nervous because I don't know. I don't know what's going to be the ultimate outcome, and I hope that it's good news. I hope that it's something that we'll all be excited about, and that's what I'm waiting for. Now we are just in pure wait and see mode. What is going to be the final outcome of this situation? And this is where I then now turn it to you in the comments. Is what do you read this situation as? You've heard me, you've heard my thoughts, you've heard how I'm obviously kind of just my feelings are all over the place. I'm being perfectly honest. The mixture of logic and emotion are definitely intertwined currently. So I want to know what you guys think. Help me see the light if maybe I'm being a little too dramatic, or I don't know. Again, I don't know. I don't know. I want to hear from you though. That's what I do know. Is I do know I want to hear your thoughts on this entire situation, how you're handling it, your gut. I want to feel what your gut is. Tell me in the comments below, and as always, make sure to like and subscribe for more updates.